Hey, welcome. Today we're going to look at something very important. The secret to never losing motivation again. It happens to everyone. Sometimes, your happiest moments can dissipate or peter out or just disappear. You see, your energy suddenly disappears in a moment, or you just made something big. Your excitement over accomplishing your dream suddenly is gone. As you wake up in the morning, you begin to wonder, where has this excitement gone to? Look, many people with great potentials and dreams, they have lost motivations and they failed to achieve those dreams. Have you ever driven by a graveyard? Remember when you drive next time by a graveyard that many people inside those graves were buried with dreams, buried with treasures, buried with potentials that was never fulfilled just because they lost their motivation. You see, it's not enough to have a great dream or great skills. You must learn the steps to take, what to do when all the reasons, when the drive and the enthusiasms for a worthwhile goal, when they have disappeared. There are so many things that can affect your motivation, and I'm going to take it one by one. One, the loss of a loved one can bring uncommon grief to you and make you to lose your motivation. I don't know if you have been there before. Divorce can be heartbreaking, destroying all motivations, even to live, And the loss of confidence in others can ruin your motivation. So these things can happen. Yeah, even disappointments in your relationship can make you literally want to give up and just disappear, And this can also trigger loss of motivation. Please, this video is going to be long today. I am going to pack everything in there. There are a lot of things to discuss today. So you stay with me. However, it is possible to regain a lost motivation. It is necessary to regain lost motivation. And it is easier than you think to regain lost motivation. You can dream again. Yes, you can dream again. You can launch your dream again. You can regain your motivation again. Welcome to CJC's Motivation. Today, we are going to unpack things that are going to help you. So you stay with me. Let's launch into it. Number one, your success is determined by your ability to stay motivated. I say it again. Your success is determined by your ability to stay motivated. There will always come, there will always come a day that you will lose your incentive, you will lose your energy, you will lose your enthusiasm for your dreams, your goals, and even the relationships that matter to you. You see, let's even ask ourselves, what is motivation? Simply put, motivation is a desire or a passion toward a chosen goal. You see, motivation is incredibly important and it is necessary in the life of every achiever. Every achiever must learn how to stay motivated. Mothers and fathers require motivation to continue to raise their children properly. Teenagers must maintain motivation to stay in school, to finish, and to graduate. You see, every employer must learn how to motivate himself so that he will have reasons to stay at work instead of saying, oh no, I'm not going to work, I'm staying home. There has to be a motivation You see, let's look at a few examples. You see, your financial success depends on your ability to stay motivated and be productive, either on your job or in the business that you're doing. You see, your relationship success depends on your ability to stay motivated, to keep communicating, to make necessary changes and adjustments, to listen and honor those who are around you. What about your career? Your career success will require constant motivation before you can experience promotion or gain promotion, improvements, and sometimes, dramatic success. Even your spiritual success will require the ability to stay motivated towards God despite many failings. So, motivation is very, very important. You see, sometimes the motivation for doing something is to avoid pain. So pain can be one of the factors that motivate us. You see, sometimes the motivation for a task is to experience gain or a reward, and that will motivate you. I recently got into I said, okay, let me do this marketing course. I didn't require the certificate, I don't need it. But just to that reward, when I finished, I was happy, but I don't really need the certificate, but the experience, the knowledge. Okay, so most of our decisions are based on avoiding pain, financial loss, social loss, or the pain of rejection. But almost everything we do is to avoid pain. Okay, let's go into number 2. You will fail with your life unless you learn how to motivate yourself. This is important. Failures do happen. They do occur daily. Thousands fail with their lives, weekly, hourly, and every day. They fail to achieve their potential, their greatness, and their dreams. I am not here as a prophet of doom, but it's true. Millions fail in their family life because they do not know how to stimulate dormant love. Millions fail in their businesses because they lose enthusiasm to produce and achieve, a great goal. In fact, the hospitals are full of people who failed because they lost their motivation to keep their health. You see, even the divorce courts are full of people who lost motivation to develop adequate communication and relationship skills. Like I said, I'm not a prophet of doom. But you too, if you don't take time, to learn how to motivate yourself, you too, may fail unless you sit up. You sit down and evaluate the losses that you will experience without this great skill. And that great skill is called the art of motivating yourself. Okay, just to tell you I'm not a prophet of doom, here is the good news. You can succeed. You need not fail. You can succeed. You need not fail. You must learn the secret of motivating yourself to avoid the horrifying and tragic consequences of daily failure. So, your success in life is completely determined by your ability to stay focused, stay motivated, stay enthusiastic towards your uncommon dream. Okay, let's look at some key factors that affect your motivation. Number 1, the atmosphere you create around you affects your motivation. Number 2, the people you are associated with affect your motivation. Number 3, your focus determines your motivation. Okay, now let's move on to our third major point. Those around you may not possess the required ability or desire to stir up your motivation toward your dream. What am I saying? You don't have to rely on other people to always motivate you. Okay. Others may motivate you. They may encourage you or even help you emotionally, financially, or even spiritually. It is wonderful, isn't it? It is wonderful to have worthwhile and caring family and friends to strengthen you during difficult times. But they are primarily responsible for themselves. They have to own their they have their own troubles to carry. They have their own motivation because they have to motivate themselves. And they have their own dreams and goals. I'm sorry to say this, someday you may find yourself alone. And that takes us to the next point. Point number 4. It is your personal responsibility to motivate yourself toward your worthwhile dreams. You are responsible for yourself. Nobody else is responsible for motivating you. Nobody else is responsible for your goals. You are accountable to your own gifts and your goals. What are you doing with them? How are you pursuing your goals? What are you doing with your gifts and your skills? You are accountable to your opportunities. You are responsible for your own future. It's probably not what you wanted to hear from me today, but that's the truth. You must cultivate the gift of motivating yourself. Learn how to motivate yourself. In the Bible, when David encountered problems, they came and took the wives and everybody, said he had to motivate himself. So stop blaming your painful childhood. Yes, I know you suffered some painful stuff. Stop blaming, other people for your feeling. Stop waiting for everybody to correct themselves so that you can experience a moment of motivation or enthusiasm or ecstasy. Now, so you decide now the direction you want your life to go. Decide now the environment you want to create and develop for yourself. Decide now what you are unwilling to live with. And you decide now what you are willing to live without. Hello, please don't forget to like this video and share this video to someone and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Thank you. So let's crack on. The 5th point. It is normal to lose your motivation and enthusiasm towards that dream or that goal you have. Sometimes you just lose motivation. It is normal. Don't panic. Every successful businessman has had days of little or no motivation. Every uncommon achiever has had days of little or no motivation. So don't panic. Let's look at the factors that play big roles in keeping you staying motivated. What are these factors? You have to ask yourself this question. You have to identify what matters about your life. What keeps you motivated? Your family? Your assignment? Or is it your finances? Or even your spirituality? You have to identify what matters most to you. Do you know why I'm saying this? One foolish decision may launch a painful and long season in your life. Most of us, we have been there. So that foolish decision might even break you. One single wrong relationship can devastate you or even create an indelible scar in your life. You must learn the art of rebuilding the fire within and motivating yourself toward a dream that has gone cold within you. Okay, let's move on to number 6. Point number 6. You must identify the specific factors that create distractions and loss of motivation in your life. You have to identify them. Everything has a root cause. When you lost your motivation, there were steps downwards or downward steps that you took. So you have to take time to identify those influences. For the sake of time, let's just look at 3 forces that affect your motivation. Number 1, fatigue. Fatigue affects your motivation. You can overwork yourself even when you're doing the right thing. You can overwork yourself on a great and worthwhile dream. You see, fatigue and weariness of the flesh can be devastating to a dream or to a goal. You see, years ago, there was this man, Mr. Michael Corder, the editor of Times Magazine. He wrote in his book on success that energy is the first necessary ingredient for true success. Energy is necessary for motivation, necessary for success. But when you are fatigued, no energy. In fact, tired eyes, they say, they rarely see a great future. When fatigue walks in, faith walks out. Motivation walks out. You see, fatigue destroys your joy, it can destroy your motivation, and it can even destroy your life. So take care of fatigue. So what am I saying? Rest. Rest is an achievement. Sleep is an achievement. Okay, I think I need to say to myself, I need to talk to myself about this. Okay, all right. Number 2, attempting too many things at the same time will affect your motivation. Yes, I have been there before. So many years ago, I was about over 20 years ago doing my MBA program, and I was pursuing a Chartered Institute of Housing course, doing this, spread myself all over the place. You see, let's look at what this man said. Paul Getty, a great billionaire, once said, I have seen as many people fail from attempting too many things as attempting too few. You see, passion and enthusiasm are great traits in common achievers, but it can also be a problem. Oh yeah. You see, unfortunately, it often results in attempting to have too many people, helping too many people, attending to too many people at the same time, which often leads to loss of motivation. Number 3, unhealthy relationships. Unhealthy relationships drain you emotionally and mentally. Different relationships exude different energy levels. Okay? Some of your friends will generate incredible creativity, incredible energy and movement in your emotions and spirits. You can come alive in their presence. You dream big as they begin to talk to you. On the other hand, other relationships will leave you empty. They will drain you, leave you empty, leave you exhausted and misfocused on your problems instead of your future. Every relationship does not have an equal value. I need to say that again. Every relationship or friendship does not have an equal value. Number 7, you are the key to someone's motivation. It's not a contradiction to the point that I gave earlier. Others will respond to your motivation, your passion, and fulfillment of your life. Someone broken may need your motivation. Someone confused needs your motivation. Someone misdirected and unfocused needs your motivation. Someone will fail unless you yourself, or unless you stay motivated. Sorry, I'm so excited, I'm pointing fingers. Someone will die on time like that unless you stay motivated. So it is important that you stay motivated. As you are staying motivated for yourself, you are also affecting other people positively with your motivation. Okay. The next point number 8. Your words and conversations greatly affect your own motivation. Your words and your conversation greatly affect your own motivation. Words create currents. Words create currents in your emotions, in your homes, in your mind, in your life. Words can unleash war, and words can also birth peace. Okay, let's look at 3 keys to using words as a personal motivation. Number 1, you speak words of encouragement and healing to those around you. It is easy to find things wrong in those people around you every day. Yeah, it's quite easy to find faults, especially with the people around you every day. And your desire to correct them may even, may be meaningful to you, but sometimes the way you go about it can be destructive to them. Okay, so why don't you find something that they are doing right and discuss it with them while you are trying to correct them on other things that they are not doing well? So remind them of how different and important they are to you. Number 2, practice the conversation of an overcomer instead of a victim. You may consider the following things. It's just a suggestion. You may consider, stop saying, I have a problem to solve. I have many problems to solve. I have a problem to solve. Why don't you begin by saying, some issues are being resolved that will really make a difference in my life or a difference in our company and bring much success. So you may consider to stop saying, I have made many mistakes in my life. Why not begin by saying, I have made many discoveries that have brought me to new success and joy. And also I have discovered things that don't work. How about, I have too many things to do? Why don't you just begin by saying, I am incredibly productive today. Oh yeah, I'm incredibly productive today. You will start, you have to start, succeeding, significantly in your life when you learn to motivate yourself hourly, learn to motivate yourself daily. You see, I think I had Zig Ziglar said something, people said, oh, all this motivational stuff, they don't last. He said, yes, the same thing as, you take your bath. You don't take your bath today and say, I'm not taking my bath tomorrow, I'm not taking my bath in a week. No, you take your bath every day, so you learn to motivate yourself. So if you have enjoyed this video, I want you to show your support by liking this video and subscribing, to my channel for more content. And I would like you to comment below and tell us what other steps you are taking to motivate yourself. There are other videos coming on the screen right now. Click on any of them and enjoy. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.